Not
Are you
yet.
ready, X-Ray?
Here we go. Fighter pilots. Fighter pilots draw penis in the sky. Air Force says it was an accident. Let me put it in there.
Did that again? That was like years ago.
Yeah, right? That's like a yearly occurrence.
Yeah.
Must
Every
be.
new class of fucking pilots is like, hey, bet you this never happened before. Let's draw a fucking dick in the sky.
Well, that's not very fun. Let's see.
We're live. We're doing it live.
Super
Super
compelling
live.
entertainment.
Fine. We'll do the Trump tweet thing.
Yeah. No, you'll do it. We have our shit ready.
Hold on. Oh, shut your face.
We'll do it. You know what I'm saying? We got our shit ready. I don't.
All right, stop this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hold on 1 minute. This is the Red Eye Report. We're doing it live.
Tweet is spelled T-W-E-E-T.
Shut your face.
T-W-E-A-T. Twet.
Shut up. Fix
And
it.
this is coming from a man who spends most of his time in the
Fix
virtual
it.
world.
All right. Don't worry. I'll fix it. So, tonight on the Red Eye Report, Jesus Christ. Fucking fighting with me through the word program. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were a producer on this show, you'd be horrified. And we'd probably all be fired.
Yes. No,
Shut
no,
your
just
face.
you. Because you're the only one ever on time.
Producer.
You're the one to be
Shut up,
fired.
not producers.
Shut up. Shut up. This is my show.
Are we producers? Like, could we
All right.
list that? I think we could list that on a resume.
I mean, you could just say you're anything, right?
Pretty
Well,
much.
That's how some of these people do.
unless they're like, hey, can we see it? And then you're like,
Well, yeah, when it's like I got.
yeah, I
the
don't know that
masters
you
in this
want
or
to.
I mean, you could say that you're a writer and fucking just, you know,
Yeah,
Well,
that's
anyone
true.
can
Have
say they're a
some
writer,
fucking-
just like anyone can say they're a DJ. That's why I don't.
right?
Anyways,
You suck as a DJ.
this week, ladies and gentlemen, on the Red Eye Report, we're talking about energy drinks. That's right. We got Red Bull, Monster, RockStar, 4 Loko, 5 Hour Energy, Bawls, Crunk, Jolt Cola, Sparks, Venom Energy, NOS, and don't forget
There's a-
Beaver Buzz.
There's an
Beaver
energy called
Buzz.
Beaver
balls.
Buzz.
Just to name a few.
I'm still hung on balls. There's a drink called
Yeah,
balls.
Balls.
Yeah, I've had
Give me
the
a couple
balls.
cans of balls, dude.
It actually came in a glass bottle.
Oh,
Huh.
give me a couple bottles of balls.
It was like a fancy like energy drink. And Beaver
What?
Buzz is from Canada.
That is not
Yeah.
surprising at all.
no, yeah.
Yeah, their
kinda-
slogan is
I kind of got that.
damn good. DAM.
It's so fucking
The stupid
funny.
but it works.
Oh,
That's fucking
Good.
great. I kind of want to get that shit now.
That was that link I shared earlier. Actually, if you look in the outline, you'll see a picture of one of the cans. If you scroll down, you throw that on the screen.
Beaver
Even
Buzz. Fuck yeah.
Awesome, cool. So about that intro.
so, with us tonight, we have the all-seeing, little understanding Oracle. His failed energy drink was called Taint del Toro.
Mm-hmm.
Its selling point was a potent concentration of ball sweat from fighting bulls in Mexico. It all
Yep.
folded when a whistleblower, codenamed Bella, leaked that the real ingredient was piss of tomcat.
She gets
His
jealous.
defense was, though, wringing out a bull's nutsack is a lesson you only learn once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was fucking weird.
Next, we have Mystic. His failed energy drink was called Zero G. Floats your fat ass to the future was the slogan. He had the recipe and the branding idea all ready to go, but he forgot what he was thinking about and just couldn't get his fat ass off the couch to go file the trademarks.
Wah, wah. I bet that's
Are
happened
these,
a
is
lot.
this like an anti-comedic
Yeah.
intro? Are you going for like the
Hey, I'm bombing. It's fine.
like
How-
the
there's
no
Teddy.
joke?
What?
How many people? Okay, so how many people out there do you think had a brilliant idea and got high. Like a legit brilliant idea that could have
Oh, yeah.
changed the fucking world.
Yeah.
And then they forgot about it. They were too lazy to get off the
Exactly.
couch.
I'm sure it happens all the time.
Dude, after
The
we're
ones-
done, I got to tell you a story. Go ahead.
So Teddy, he invented a drink called biscuits and gravy.
All
It's
right.
pretty much just that. Liquefied biscuits and gravy.
Pretty
It was
much
actually
just that.
delicious, but users reported mostly napping and high blood pressure.
It's called.
Yeah.
It's when you eat like heavy foods and fucking go to sleep and get go to nap and shit. It's called the itis. You racist fuck.
It's called the
Called
what?
the what?
The itis.
The itis.
The
What the
itis?
Oh.
ITIS. See, y'all don't have any black friends. Y'all would know this shit. It's called the itis.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
Right.
you're
We're
our
doing
fucking
research.
black friend, dude.
Yeah,
Google
we
the
don't have
itis.
black friends, and that's by design.
The itis?
So anyway,
Google
Um,
the itis. You can, yeah.
On this shit
Oh,
show
shit.
of an intro, I'm your host, the Rascal Ashtray. My patented energy drink was called the Berry Bump. You go into the back corner of the bar with a shot of Hennessy for some guy named Barry, and then he'll let you do a line in the handicap stall while he rambles about how Jesus is insurance for the soul and how he's just 1 kilo away from retirement. But hey, at least it's not piss of a tomcat. And this is the Red Eye Report.
Yeah,
The
but
part he left off was that bump was off the tip of that guy's dick.
and you got hepatitis C.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm happy
like
to see now.
like in the vein of you got mail, you've got hepatitis.
Right.
So like Oracle said with that guy or with the fucking like forgetting what you're gonna your idea when you're high.
Mhm.
They kind of did that on the show, The Good Place. You ever seen that?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I've
Where
seen
they-
that show. The show is funny.
Where
shit.
at the beginning he talks about
God, I'm
this
gonna
drug
get beer.
addict named Phil, and Phil did so many mushrooms and got so high that he ended up getting 98.7% of religion right.
Yeah.
Like all the fucked up things that go on in the
Yeah.
religion.
Yeah.
It's just so funny the way they said it.
Has
Anyway,
anybody ever got it right? Yeah, actually, no. I think no, his name
the
is
closest
Dave.
one was Phil or
His
Dave.
name is Dave.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah, it's Dave. Yeah. It's like 98% right.
All right. So energy drinks. Who made the energy drink? Well,
Oof.
they've been kind of
Oof,
around
oof,
for a long
oof.
time. But the modern energy drink, as we know it, started in Japan. So post-war Japan, methamphetamines were very popular. Until in the 50s, they put some laws in, like can't be doing meth. So in 1962, a company called Tayashu introduced this Lipovitan D, which is a legal energizing tonic that was sold in minibar-sized bottles. I don't know if you've ever been to like through the ethnic aisle at Woodman's, where it's like you get all the weird shit you can't get at regular grocery stores. You'll see those little teeny glass bottles of energy drinks from Thailand. That's what these are from. And so it was in the
You ever tried 'em?
Yeah, I've tried a couple of them.
Do they work? Or are they bullshit?
Well, I mean, to me they were. It's like wasn't anything that like blew my mind, but at the same time, I feel like, goddamn, it's there's so many different energy drinks now. Like, am I getting kind of numb to them half the time?
I've
Yeah,
gotten
right.
So you got some weird Thai disease too, dude.
Like
I don't touch
tolerance.
that shit.
Yeah. So it was actually these bottles. It was in the 1980s. They became really popular because Japanese executives were like struggling to get ahead. And Oracle, if you want to queue up, because it'll take a little bit with the lag here, this link here for Arnold Schwarzenegger. Some of you maybe have seen this clip before. This is like two
yeah,
commercials. I mean, he's been in a lot of Japanese commercials, but these two are actually for this energy drink that is kind of, well, it basically sold itself on the fact that Japanese businessmen, you know, like their entire culture is like, oh, you got to work the hardest to be the best.
Right.
And, you know, the slogan was, can you fight for 24 hours a day? Businessman, Japanese businessman. And so, like, yeah, they would hire even like Arnold Schwarzenegger to come in, and he'd take this fucking little glass bottle of energy drink. It's kind of like 5-Hour Energy, but instead of a plastic bottle, it's glass. And look, he's carrying all these packages like a motherfucker.
The chick wraps out of the bottle. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. So this brand, anyways,
dude, that's
was,
pretty good composite. What year was this?
I would assume in the 90s, maybe.
Shit.
I don't know. Like he looked
Japanese,
young
that's
enough
shit.
in the face, but
yeah, I don't know. It might be 80s.
it's pretty good for 80s as far. Anyways, in the 80s, 84 to be exact, Dietrich Mateschitz, he's an international. Nailed it.
Is that German for "I'll slaughter your name"?
The international marketing director for an Austrian company that sold bathroom products. So he was in Thailand, and he found these little bottles of energy drink, and he then quit his job and partnered up with one of the manufacturers, and they made this exclusive drink called Krating Ding. So, anyways,
wow, you are on top of this shit tonight.
Oh, I can't pronounce this. Okay, you say it for me, Mystic. You read.
I don't know. I can't see the word.
There, fine.
Where's
and it will be Krating
Hey,
Ding.
Dad, how you doing?
3 years later. 3 years later.
He is nailing this shit. Go, Ashtray, go. I believe in you.
The 3 years later, he brought that same formula back to Austria, and it was Red Bull. And so it would have been like 1987, 88. He brought, like, Red Bull came to be in Austria. And actually, if you search that Krating Denang, you will see it is the same Red Bull logo, two bulls running at each other. And it was actually, it wasn't until 1997, because my whole idea for this topic was me thinking, like, you know, it seems like energy drinks are kind of a new thing, which we'll actually learn they're not actually a new thing, but the modern ones we hear in America that we're flooded with now started in 97. That's when Red Bull came in to the market, and it became essentially the king of the market, which I only just learned that actually Monster has technically surpassed Red Bull as far as, like, volume and sales in the U.S. now. So Red Bull's no longer. Yeah, Red Bull's no longer.
Yeah, in the U.S. though, but Red Bull is way bigger in
the world. Yeah.
Sure.
But right,
you can't
it started
find
in Austria.
I mean, they have enough money to own two Formula One teams.
Oh yeah, they
That is
well, and the thing
insane.
too is they're so renowned for their marketing, which is really just like promoting. They don't do advertisements. They promote, you know, extreme sports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like I said, you know, Formula One and sponsoring.
Hey man, the shit gives you wings. Okay?
Well, and Monster does the same shit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they're not fucking loaded too. It's just
No, and Monster, like, actually, like, a bar that I go to lunch to on Monona has the entire staff. They're always wearing Monster shirts, and it's Monster everything. And it's like, I should just ask them, like, how much are you paid? Like, you have to wear these shirts don't even say Silver Eagle. It's just got Monster logos.
You should
like,
ask them if their name is Kyle.
Right?
Hey, is your name Kyle?
Dude, bro, everybody here is Kyle.
Yeah.
What is that from? What is that from? I don't get it.
Oh, that's because you don't hang around white people, Teddy. You don't know the Kyle fucking joke.
As Mystic said, it's by design. I don't trust you guys.
You know about the itis. We know about Kyle and Monster.
Yeah. Stay away from him.
Okay, what is it? What is it from though?
It's just a fucking meme thing, making fun of, like, just
crazy white kids.
Yeah, crazy white kids that drink fucking energy drinks.
Yeah.
Be named Kyle.
Cool. Stay away from Kyle. Got it.
So, speaking of Red Bull, what is taurine? You know, almost every energy drink touts that. Taurine's an amino acid that our bodies can actually make it, but we can also get it from meat, fish, and it's even in human breast milk.
right.
My
I'm
preferred
listening.
method.
Titty milk, dog?
Taurine, yeah. It's an antioxidant. The thing is, scientists, it sounds like it's one of those things where they don't know that much about it. Scientists think that it helps with fluid balancing, skeletal development, healthy function of the central nervous system and cardiovascular system. But there are very few studies that like show a direct link of using taurine as an energy drink or as an energy booster. They're super small studies, and they're usually like, oh, well, we did this test group on Red Bull, you know, and it's like, okay, we did Red Bull, but that's not also count, you know, like you're forgetting that there's the caffeine and the B vitamins, all the other things that could also be causing this energy, so you can't really narrow it. So, well, as much as it's like this common amino acid in our body, there's no real evidence to show that it actually makes much of a difference. And then we'll move on to the saga of Four Loko. Remember Four Loko?
Can you still get Four Loko? Is it?
You can. It's still so Four Loko now is essentially, it's like even Sparks was like Four Loko because they rode that same wave, but I don't think they got as big as. I think Four Loko just had more alcohol. Because I think Sparks were still 5.5s. I remember those days.
It's fucking gross.
Which brings me to my question. What is we get a lot of like bartending and stuff. You get a lot of I want a shot of vodka, like a vodka Red Bull shot, which I don't understand. Why does anybody want to be a hyper drunk?
I drink fucking.
It's so you can get drunk and then still stay awake and not get sluggish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I drink that shit all the time. I do like.
Really, because my thing
concept is a speedball.
Yeah.
The speedballs are way more powerful. Obviously, that's cocaine and heroin.
I didn't know what a speedball was, but I do now. Thank you very much.
We all
my
learn.
thing was energy
Hang
drinks.
out with
Energy
white
drinks
people,
give you energy.
And it'll kill you faster than anything.
Never mind. So my thing was I thought energy drinks gave you energy, made people hyper, and so like and you mix it with alcohol, so you got this hyper drunk. And like sloppy drunks around me are annoying as fuck anyway. So my thing was like I didn't. So like me having a hyper sloppy drunk is even I'm more wide awake sloppy hyper because after a while when you drink, your body's supposed to shut down and pass out because you had too much alcohol. Mm-hmm. So why fight that and get more alcohol in your system? Because it can be more dangerous and then you're more awake and more vibrant, moving around more. It's just I'm like I just want to punch you. Just get the fuck away from me.
Yeah,
I mean, just get the fuck away from me.
When I drink it, it's just a different kind of buzz. It's just a different feeling.
I like it. I mean, it's like doing, you know, a line of Coke while you're out drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not quite as like, bam, but
again, I've never been in that boat, so I don't.
You've never done Coke
and
energy
drinks.
I've never done Coke and fucking drank alcohol. No, I have not, sir.
Hey, have you researched those drink additive things?
Drink additive things.
Yeah,
what's a drink additive?
I use what's called Mio. It's like a caffeine additive.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. They come in those weird little plastic things, and you just pour them in water.
Yep.
I've never used those. The Mio, do you notice? Give you a little boost.
Oh yeah, it's got quite a bit of caffeine in it.
Right on.
The headaches come.
But I don't know if it's got other shit in it too. I don't read labels because I'm dumb.
The one thing that has a lot of fucking caffeine, actually, I was surprised. Cat, you don't fucking calm down. I'm gonna knock you in the head. It's over here trying to tip my beer over. So by the gram, caffeine per ounce. Who do you think's on top?
And it's like a major energy.
This is
drink?
just kind of a broad spectrum of. This is a broad spectrum of energy drinks or caffeinated drinks. Put it that way.
Scoozy.
Nos. No, it is 5-hour energy.
Oh.
Fucking 111.4 milligrams of caffeine per ounce. The second runner-up is Starbucks coffee, 21.2 milligrams. Look at that
Dang.
difference. 21.2
What?
to 111.4. I
Holy
didn't realize
fuck.
that's how much caffeine was in 5-hour energy.
Well, they have to give you 5 hours of energy in this tiny little bottle. So I mean, they gotta. And cocaine's illegal, so I mean, shit, they gotta put enough caffeine in
Monster
the
ranks
can,
in at 11.5 milligrams of caffeine. Red Bull's 10 milligrams caffeine. Diet Coke comes in at 3.9. And surprisingly, so Diet Coke is listed here 3.9. Regular Coke 2.9. Is the extra caffeine so that
Regular
you're like,
Coke has more sugar.
oh, does the sugar cut into the caffeine or what?
Well, they probably don't need to put as much caffeine in it because it has more sugar.
Well, does the caffeine just like make up for the fact that you're drinking Diet Coke, which tastes like shit?
Probably. Well,
So-
and it won't give you the expected results if somebody drinks a diet soda, and
Oh,
it doesn't have the caffeine.
I see. I forget about the sugar energy.
They want a
here.
sugar high. The caffeine's probably
Yeah, they want to
Mystic
give you a little
substituting
bit of a high, right?
Yeah.
One way or another. So, have you guys ever drank the 5-hour energy or equivalents?
I've had the
I,
5-hour energy, but I don't know if I really felt like. I actually was surprised that difference in the amount of caffeine because I thought, like I should have been like, oh my god, this is too much.
Back in the day when like a new Call of Duty would be coming out, like Modern Warfare 2, I remember getting one and like drinking half of it when we first started playing and shit, and then like just to stay awake and play, and maybe it was like a psychosomatic, but I did feel like it made me more alert and shit. I was fucking cats up, but I mean I'm not, but at the same time it kind of made me feel like real twitchy.
Yeah.
I was like I didn't
That's
do too
per
much
ounce
of
of fluid, though, right?
Yeah, that
How big is the bottle?
I think the bottle's like 2 or 3 ounces.
Yeah, it's
Google it.
small. That's
So if you
why they
want
don't
the
give
same
much of it.
result as a Monster, and you're drinking that little bottle,
Caffeine per ounce.
they
Yeah, I
have
guess
to
you're
put
right.
more
There's a-
caffeine into every
Yeah.
ounce in the bottle to match
True.
what the Monster
So it's
is.
just
The Monster's 16
concentrated.
ounces.
Okay.
This thing is just by the gram.
Yeah. I don't know. I find that those 5-hour
You're right.
things,
They don't give you much.
like if I drink a bunch of them, well, not like at one time.
Fucking dead.
30
Right.
hours of energy right here, baby. Woo!
Yeah,
But
right. Just
if-
add 'em up.
If I do it in like 2 consecutive days, I feel like it affects my judgment. Like I'm just,
Oh, I
Yeah.
bet.
you know,
The fact that you drank more than one in a day or two,
your
your
judgment's
judgment's
already
already
fucked up.
yeah, your judgment's already fucked up. It is, yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, good point.
So for Loko, comes out of well, basically the popularity of Red Bull and vodka, and so these 2 guys or 3 guys from Ohio State,
Tres Locos Amigos.
they decided to
Tres
start their
Amigos
own.
invented Four Locos.
They started their own alcohol company because actually, and I guess I didn't realize the Sparks actually started before Loko. Before Loko came out with like 10-14% alcohol in these big, it was kind of, it was like the they describe it as like the next generation's 40 ounce, like when it was cool to get 40 ounces in the 90s. This is like now like what,
future. That's fucking ridiculous.
Why is it cool for new white people to have 40 ounces, but niggas on the quarter is not cool to have 40 ounces?
well, the thing is, it was
I'm just curious. You know what I'm saying? Why is it the new cool?
I don't know.
Because we're racist, Teddy.
Right, and we're also the power holders.
We're also the follower, yeah.
I know we're bastards. Us damn white people. Now you lost me on my track. So let's see here. They were sold. So basically, what happened is they decided they got big enough to try to go into the New York market, and they started selling like fucking wildfire. All the bodegas and little corner shops and stuff were selling Four Locos, and it became like the New York nightlife party drink. And I don't know how many of you have done the Four Locos back when they were real Four Locos.
No.
No, you never had a Four Loko?
I've never had a Four Loko.
I've never
Nobody
had
here
one.
is as much. Yeah, nobody here is as much of an alcoholic as you are, Ashtray.
I'm not
Your
trying
own
to
is gotta
prove my
go.
alcoholic prowess, Teddy. I was just asking for a show of hands.
You get no hands.
You. That's it.
Anyways,
I've
That's it,
tried
man.
one of those Sparks things, and it was fucking disgusting.
well, the thing is, they're all there, and the whole this article, if you click on the link, is really funny because this is oral history, and even the owners admit, like, yeah, they tasted horrible, because what they are is just fruity flavored malt beverages like Smirnoff Ice, Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like a flavored sugary malt beverage. What's the thing my mom used to always drink? The
Seamas.
Zima?
no, not
Oh,
Zimas.
Zima, yeah.
Zima is the same thing. It's a flavored malt beverage. Wine coolers. They're
Oh,
essentially a
fuck
malt
wine
beverage.
coolers.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
That was the word I was looking for.
My mom used to rock the 4-packs of wine coolers. Bartles and James.
Mhm.
get that Boone's
So-
Farm, baby.
It's essentially the same thing, but yeah, it was actually here. It went up to 12% alcohol content, whereas Sparks was a 5.5. I remember Sparks in the mid 2000s was like what us cool hipster kids brought to the basement dance parties, and like Four Loko.
You
was
were
when
never invited to any basement dance parties.
How do you think I learned how to DJ, motherfucker?
You thought you were cool, but I don't know.
Like, yeah.
Oh,
Remember,
That's just-
anybody can say that they're anything.
Yes,
So if Ashtray
I
wants
am-
to say that he's cool,
I was the coolest hipster
Yes.
king around. I'm still the hipster king. We can say whatever I want to be. Anyways, the Four Loko. Once, so they were saying they started making money like gangbusters. They said, as far as revenue, like what the company's bringing in, 2008 they brought about $4.5 million in. 2009 it was like $45 million.
holy fuck.
2010 it was around $150 million. And
For
like
real?
that's
Damn.
yeah, well that's how quickly their shit was selling, and it was also at the height 2010 is when, because they were in the New York market, fucking Chuck Schumer and some other lawmakers are like, we gotta stop this because some dumb frat kids got all
Yeah.
fucked up on Four Loko. And the problem too was that these kids, which is like the stereotype of the energy drinker, they would get a Four Loko and then
It's just
mix
Kyle.
vodka.
I know it's Kyle now.
Kyle will be the one who's going to Four Loko.
White friends. White friends. See, I got you, white friends. I'm learning. I'm learning. See? Yeah.
And just fucking stupid. And it
So they would add vodka to the 14 point.
yes to the 12.
Yeah, that seems right.
percent.
That
Oh
seems
wow. All
Four
right.
Loko, which also has the caffeine and
Mhm.
everything else.
You know, the thing is I've done some dumb shit in my life.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna judge these kids. You know what I mean?
I am fucking
Oh
stupid
yeah,
ass white
no,
kids.
fuck.
I've smoked, or I've snorted the fucking
This is still illegal.
powdered dextromethorphan hydrobromide.
You did
You know what
fucking
I'm saying?
bath
Like,
salt.
What
so
what the fuck
Yeah,
is that?
like
feeling
it's
like
the
a
active
pussy.
ingredient in Robitussin. When people fucking take Robitussin or NyQuil,
Yeah.
How did you get a hold of this
shrimp.
shit dry?
I had a friend who was in a pharmaceutical program at the Cross.
wow.
He synthesized that
damn,
shit,
white
and we
people.
snorted the fuck out of it. And it was insane. Like, that's the type of stupid shit I would do. So I'm not gonna judge these kids for drinking Four
Right.
Loko.
So what happened to
Right,
them?
but-
Did
That's
they?
what happened to these white kids?
Yeah.
Fucking,
They all died.
Oh, they died.
No,
well, I didn't
they-
die at least.
No, they didn't all die. It just became this fucking anecdote.
Well, what the fuck? That isn't even that extreme,
They all
man.
died. It was
They all died. I liked it better when they all died.
the
Natural selection.
It was just this anecdote of like, oh, this shit's dangerous, and it was because of fucking idiots.
Oh my god, I feel like the anecdotes today are way more extreme.
Well, they get amplified because of social media and whatnot, especially because this was 2010, which is like Facebook was a thing then.
Yeah.
They
would have chopped their own dicks off or something. Then
yeah, right. Went on like a squirrel raping.
Well, we might have Four Loko if that fad would have took off, but you know what? We don't have Four Loko anymore. So essentially, Four Loko, what they did is in 2010, instead of getting it fully banned, they basically came to a mutual agreement that they would essentially the owners of Four Loko were like, okay, we're going to take the caffeine out. We'll start going to use the taurine, the B vitamins, all that other stuff. Well, that was because that's what they were freaking out about, was that the caffeine was causing these heart palpitations and stuff.
It's like Coca-Cola without the cocaine.
Right? Yeah, well, and that's the thing is even Sparks had to buy legislation because everybody got afraid of caffeine in alcoholic beverages, even though we drink Red Bull vodkas all the time. Even Sparks now is just a flavored malt beverage.
Well, then you got to think those two companies don't like Red Bull and Monster have that lobbyist money. Like Sparks and fucking what's the name didn't. So not compared to Red Bull. Not compared to Red Bull and Monster. So
yeah, this article didn't really say anything about their leverage. But you're definitely right. Like they could have thrown money at
send an army of Kyles down to the fucking White House.
The thing is this isn't a problem. There's fucking hundreds of thousands of people dying from fucking opioid overdoses in this nation every year.
This isn't a problem, but now we can't have Four Loko.
Kyle got fucked up on some goddamn Four Loko and raped a fucking chicken or some shit. Everyone's freaking out about it.
Oh, God.
So there was a few people who panicked and they just went out, especially in the New York area, fucking raided all the bodegas and Jesus. Some guy actually got arrested. He hoarded so much Four Loko that Eddie Hung, who was I guess he's the writer of Fresh Off the Boat, which I've heard of. I've never watched. Wong. Thanks. Yeah. Eddie Wong got he basically stockpiled pallets of it in his basement, and it so much so that he actually it went bad before he could even drink it all. And he was it was such a ridiculous idea. He thought that because there were plenty of people who went and just sold it on eBay.
I'm gonna see if I can find someone on eBay.
But the owners of Four Loko were stuck with $30 million of inventory. Because this is what they had, they were selling gangbusters. Well, you see that rate of sales. So they were every time you're getting a bigger fucking order because you're going to sell it. And they're stuck with $30 million. And even though they were rolling in that much money, they didn't have just $30 million sitting in the coffers to just pay this off for an inventory they can't sell. And it became this big stigma all of a sudden. All the distributors were we don't want to carry this, so they did.
It's really weird. I'm sorry that Eddie Huang guy. He had a show called Huang's World where he's a chef, and he goes around to other countries and nation and fucking. It's kind of like No Borders or Bound or whatever that fucking who's that Anthony Bourdain guy?
Guy who hung himself or whatever.
Yeah. That kind of show where it's just he's chilling with the natives type of fucking cooking, you know what I mean? Not all that shit. And it was actually a pretty good show, but he has IBS, irritable bowel syndrome.
Oh, it's terrible.
And it was always a thing. It was always a thing in the show because he'd eat and then he'd be oh, sorry about that. He'd start farting and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's serious.
He just left that as a part of the show.
He drinks Four Lokos. That's a lot of caffeine, dude. He's probably shitting constantly.
Oh God.
Four Loko still they have a website up.
Oh, they're still around.
Yeah, they're still around. They have a new hemp flavor.
Oh, hemp flavor.
Yeah. Yep. Innovation series. Four Loko, 12% alcohol. Hemp.
They should call it a hamster. For all the hipsters out there. This is our hempster flavor.
Best paired with junk food for 420. Anyway, go ahead.
So anyways, it took them like about 3 or 4 years, they said, to get. Basically, they had this. Also, they lost 80,000 points of distribution in one night. Like,
damn,
once like a shit happened.
Holy
So like
fuck.
that's also like people slinging your shit, and I'm surprised, but they hung in there, and in about 4 years they got back financially to where they were at the peak in 2010. And it's you can buy like they say now, it's just another flavored malt beverage. Like, it has some of the other, taurine and stuff like that, but like we were saying with that those other studies, it's like taurine might not even really do much for the amount that you can put in energy drinks. So that's the story for Loko, and I'll touch lastly here on the oldest energy drink I found out. They don't call them energy drinks back then, but they were called they were like tonics, Radithor, which essentially had dissolved radium.
What
Sounds
the
like a
fuck?
Marvel
What the
character.
really?
Yep. Do you you probably remember the story about the radium girls
No.
No.
who would
No.
paint the
No.
dials on?
Oh,
with
yeah,
that-
yeah,
they
yeah.
would
Yep.
glow in the dark, and then their fucking mouths fell apart because they were licking the brushes with radium.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
What the?
this same
fuck?
material, anyways, was it was diluted into water, or dissolved into water in high concentrations, and it was sold by this guy, old William Bailey, goddamn Bill Bailey, saying that it was a cure-all. It did all this stuff, and the most notable case was this guy who was Eben Byers. Was this guy? He was like famous because he was a Yale graduate. He was also known as an athlete and ladies' man, whatever that meant in 1903.
He didn't have polio.
Yeah,
He
Yeah,
said,
right,
He said
exactly.
1883.
no, 1903.
Oh, 1903. A ladies' man in
close.
1903 is a rapist, bro. They
Probably.
ain't saying,
It's
they
probably
ain't saying
kind
no
of
in
radium.
1903. They had no rights.
But actually, you know about that stuff at the time. Like, he was just, I guess, well enough known that there's history of him, like, making golf records and shit. Anyways, in 1927, he fell out of a fucking railway bed. You know those little beds they throw you in up high? Fell and broke his arm. And the doctor is like, oh, with this persistent pain, you should try Radithor. He's like, okay. And it's this, drink of dissolved radium.
The drink of
And
champions who
He
want to
started
die.
drinking it, and he swore by it. Like, he just kept claiming, like, this has helped me. It's probably because the whole thing just made him feel tingly, like,
Yeah.
and so it turns out by the time of or close to his death, or when he stopped drinking them, by 1930, he had nearly 1,400 bottles of it.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
When he had stopped taking it, he accumulated so much radium in his bones that he lost most of his jaw, and his brain was abscessed with holes
Oh my
in his skull.
god.
It all started settling into his bones. And yeah, he died March 31st, 1932.
Jeez.
That's 5 years
Of a
after he hurt
horrible
his arm and started drinking this shit.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
And he, they buried him in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
In a lead coffin, hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Lead line coffin, actually.
Wow.
Bill wants his
Yeah.
Paul Bro. No,
Dude,
I'm
that's
good.
more than one a day, though. That's like
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is,
1.23, or no, 1.6 a day.
yeah. Well, even in the article, or I don't know, I listened to a YouTube thing too. They said that this is like what he claimed, based on what his self-reported, is 3 or 4 bottles a day or whatever. And another reason why this didn't become a huge health risk was because this guy was fucking rich. And this stuff, because it...
Oh, you couldn't afford it.
There
Regular
were
people.
other bottle or other energy drinks that claimed to have radium because everybody was like, ooh, radiation, It was when they were just starting to try to figure out what radiation was. And everybody was
they didn't know what Chernobyl was at the time,
like
so they didn't know radiation was bad.
So there are plenty of other drinks that claim to have radium, but they were just lies. But this particular one really had radium in it, and because of that, it was actually expensive, and so only well-off people could afford it. Or if people bought it, like they get it very, only to really, and they really needed it, and thus didn't like actually kill them.
Right.
But this motherfucker, they dug him up later, and they said after they tested his the half-life of the radium that's still in his bones in 1965, they exhumed him. They said that they think that estimation of 1,400 bottles is actually a low ball based on the amount of radium. They think he drank even more. Like when you tell your doctor how many drinks you have a day.
Yeah, right. Like 3. Dozen.
So he must have been
I don't lie
addicted
to
to
my
that
doctor
shit.
about drinks. Actually,
Thank you, Dr.
Maybe
Schmidt. Yeah, no, fucking face fell off. Shit. So, anyways, that was the oldest energy drink story I found, and we'll then conclude the main topic and move on here to the what's sexy.
Well,
First,
do you guys do you drink energy drinks?
Yeah, let's do some round table questions.
I don't, but when I worked at Macaroni Grill, I was addicted to Red Bull. Because I would drink like two or three. I like drink 2 or 3 each Saturday night when I worked.
Yeah,
because we had so many orders and shit.
In one night.
Yeah, like I was like 2 or 3 a night. Yeah, on a Friday, Saturday. I mean, I was making like 100 things of pasta in like an hour and shit. So, I mean, we were slaying. I mean, we were fucking. I mean, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, I had 16 eyes I had to work with, fucking 16 saute pans, making different orders and stuff. So I mean,
Damn,
that was,
dude.
I mean, yeah.
swear
So
Red Bull is
working.
Still the best as far as like a clean energy boost. Because like Monster would give me, I wouldn't call them nightmares, but it was more just like you'd fall asleep and your brain won't stop, and it's just like.
You can't find Red Bull. Disney's property is like 45 miles or 49 square miles, whatever. You can't find Red Bull anywhere on the property. You only have Monster. I think they have like a deal with them or something. So, yeah, because my brother-in-law loves he loves Red Bull. So we went try to find some Red Bull and you couldn't find any. We had to drive off of Disney's property. Like none of the gas stations had it. They only had Monster. Yeah.
Yep. The thing is, I think Monster has done more of that inroading with getting exclusive like distribution parts rather than like let's fund crazy record-breaking stunts.
Yeah.
But I don't think Red Bull's anywhere like you're saying.
Well, they have a. I saw a thing for a Red Bull slush with Sonic now. Have y'all seen that shit? Commercial for a Red Bull slush.
Didn't Hardee's have fucking like Monster drinks or some shit? Can't you get Monster at other fast food places?
They never had it when I was there. They had Powerade, but that was it.
Oh.
Yeah.
They might now. I don't know. I haven't been to a Hardee's in years.
Well, yeah, anything to try to make some money.
I don't believe you.
Kids. Anyways, we'll move on now to the what.
It's a half an hour away.
Okay, now I believe you.
Otherwise,
really, there's a half hour. Well, I guess Hardee's are fewer and farther between nowadays. What's sexy? First up, we've got Mystic with Flesh God Apocalypse, the Fool.
Okay, well, that's just a video. So my sexy is they just came out with an album called Veleno, or I don't know how you say it in Italian, Veleno or some shit. But it means venom.
Right, nailed it.
It's their 5th studio album. Shut the fuck up. And each one they've had is like a concept album, and this one is all about like poison, different poison. Could be anything, soul, love, all that stuff, kind of shit. But it's got a different sound than their normal stuff. It's less orchestral.
Like jazz or something? Or?
It's less orchestral and more just metal, and it allows them to tour basically with just a piano and a 4-piece like string quartet, which why I have the video kind of illustrates what they sound like live instead of like using samples of orchestras like how the piano player basically did all the orchestral shit before. It's not as congested, and all the parts really fucking stand out, and I think it's their best produced work for sure. But yeah, with the CD you get that DVD, which is all live shit.
Soak it in, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Alright.
Do you do you look up the lyrics, or can you really understand what he's saying?
No, I don't know.
No, fuck. I just like to hear him roar.
It's just cool. I'm more into music anyway. The bass part.
Right. It's all about that
Drums
bass.
and shit.
All right. Moving on to Teddy. John Wick 3. Teddy, did we lose you?
Shit. Yeah, it's like stuff. Yeah, I had it muted. Fuck all of y'all. So no, I didn't.
Fuck you. You're the one who fucked up.
I just got off work and fucking didn't really have a what's sexy. So instead of being behind ashtray, I just picked this. So there's the truth about it. But I did see the movie. Was actually. Have y'all seen the first two
No.
movies? Anybody?
Yes.
Y'all seen? Yeah. Did y'all like them?
I liked the first one. I wasted my time with the second one.
Yeah, the second one kind of was it was kind of a drag. This one was fucking awesome. It is gonna be a part. I looked it up. It's gonna be a part 4. This was like a non-stop action thing. It's gonna be a part 4, and it's gonna come out 2 years to the day of
part 7, Teddy.
Well, he said he's gonna make him as long as people like him. So I mean, it's and I didn't know these motherfuckers.
And people like him because they're dumb.
All these movies are
Well,
awesome.
they're
Fuck you.
high-flying action.
The high-flying action. But I didn't know this motherfucker. He's
You
55.
have
He
to
does most of his
suspend
own
reality
stunts.
a bit.
Yeah, you have to, Mister. It doesn't always have to go with the comic book. Okay, that's all. So I
It's
get
a
that
world
full
of
pay.
assassins. Fucking a dime a dozen.
Fuck y'all next. Eat a dick, ashtray.
It's just a gimmick.
No, I like
It is.
I really
It is.
like
It is a gimmick. I mean, I don't expect anything in the movies to be real. But I mean, it's a cool little. I like it's a nice little.
Keanu fucking Reeves.
You just don't like Keanu Reeves,
Or
do
not
you?
Keanu. Yeah, I just.
You just see, okay, see there it is.
No, I don't, dude. To
That's
me,
fine.
he's always gonna be Bill S. Preston Esquire. Or no, is he Ted Theodore Logan? He's Ted Theodore Logan.
He's Ted Theodore Logan, and together they are Wild Stallions.
They are wild stallions. So like everything I see of him, it's just like I hated the Matrix because he was like, I know kung fu. No, you don't. You fucking hippie bearded fuck. You don't know kung fu.
This will make you happy. Supposedly they're coming out with a new Bill and Ted. So
Bill and Ted, yeah, I watch that. I bet she'd be pretty funny. If he acts like that character,
Well,
that must just be him.
It's one of those things too where with his, it could also be through his production company, where like he's got enough pull that he's not just doing it for the money.
Right. Well, the only
like he's
other
gonna
role
do
I
it if
really
he
liked
can.
him in was Point Break. And that's just because he was playing a dumb fucking football jock.
I forgot about Point Break.
I've never
And
seen Point
was
Break.
that
You've never seen the original Point Break?
No,
Was it Patrick
I've never
Swayze?
seen it either.
Dude.
I think it was Patrick Swayze, yeah, but I've never seen the
Yeah,
original
it was
Point Break.
Patrick Swayze, yeah.
No.
Crazy. All right, moving on.
Stupid fucking concept, but great movie.
Surfing bank robbers, right?
Plus
Yeah, I
the
think it
Red
was-
Hot Chili Peppers were in it.
Really? Shit, I haven't seen that movie in so long. I can't remember. Were they in it as a band, or they just were side actors?
No, they were like part of the bad guys that when they fucking
Really?
raided those others.
No
Yeah.
shit. And not
Well, I mean, they weren't bad guys. They were just other fucking degenerate.
the other
surfing
criminals.
Yeah.
Rival gang.
All right, moving on to Ashtray.
I wasn't a fan.
Fucking
but I would never
Tweedledee
do a
D.
thing like that. Now,
Trump
somebody
posted
did it
this
because
morning.
they thought I didn't
Russia,
like it,
Russia,
okay?
Russia. Oh, I should say it in my Trump voice.
They were well-meaning, I will say.
Why the
I
hell
didn't
did
know
this?
anything about it.
Why
would
am I
never
hearing
have
our
done
audio
that.
back?
Oh,
Is that
sorry.
just me?
I
Okay.
heard
It is
Silver
just
Soul
you,
went on
crazy
Right,
son of a bitch.
fucking
tremendous
do
group
wrong.
of sellers
Anyways.
on these ships.
He
It was a
he
beautiful
tweeted this
day,
morning,
but the McKay thing
Russia,
I knew
Russia,
nothing about.
Russia. That's all you
And
heard
now,
at the
with
beginning of the
round-the-clock
witch hunt hoax. And now Russia has disappeared because I had nothing to do with Russia helping me to get elected. It was a crime that didn't exist. And
You could totally do the South Park Trump.
yeah,
For some reason, that's exactly the voice that I think would come out of a South Park Trump.
yeah, like just a really bad knockoff Trump.
Yeah.
So he then has had to follow up, and it's become a whole news story. That he's basically like saying, yeah, I had nothing to do with them helping me get elected because they did. Anyways, that's my What's Sexy because it's hilarious, and he's now deleted the tweet, and then but because
so
you can't
dumb.
delete tweets, like
No, it's there.
yeah, you have to he then has to respond to it because everybody's just like, what the fuck? There are people who are just like waiting at
Say
4 or
say
5
the quote
a.m.
again.
for the tweets to go off.
Because I didn't hear it because I was
what again?
concentrating on your accent or your
Quote
voice.
again?
Yeah, read
Oh.
the tweet again.
The goal is okay.
Just read it normally. You don't have to.
I can't. Russia, Russia, Russia. That's all you heard at the beginning of the witch hunt hoax. And now Russia has disappeared because I had nothing to do with Russia helping me to get elected. It was a crime that didn't exist.
I guess I don't really
Cool.
get it.
He's saying I had nothing to do with Russia helping me to get elected. Like saying that Russia helped me to get elected.
Saying that it actually happened. But
Well,
I
like
didn't
that
have
actually
anything to do
happened,
with it.
yeah. Like admitting that Russia did help him get elected, and then he had to walk. He's trying to walk it back because he
Yeah.
wants to say
He's a
he
fucking-
didn't need any help. He did it all on his own because he then tweeted right afterwards. What was his response? It was, Russia didn't help me get elected. I got me elected. I got me elected. Seriously,
Did you, bud?
our president.
What's with the audio, Oracle? What are you doing over there?
I'm prepping my fucking What's Sexy.
All right, we're gonna
Stop
move
listening.
on then to Oracle,
listening.
the Claypool
No.
Lennon Delirium.
Yeah, so Claypool Lennon Delirium. It's a band that I didn't know existed.
Neither did we.
But it's Les Claypool and Sean Lennon, who is the son of John Lennon.
Oh no shit.
And it's
Wow.
a really good fucking mashup between those two. So they kind of have this Beatles vibe going on, but you also have Les Claypool's fucking awesome bass playing, and they're both just super weirdos. Really good shit. They've got a couple albums. One just came out, South of Reality. But yeah, I've been listening to that a lot. Good, solid music. I usually, Les Claypool stuff, I kind of bounce off of it sometimes because it's just, I don't know. It's just a little too fucking quirky and weird.
He's weird as fuck.
Yeah, but this just kind of takes the edge off of it a little bit in a way that I like a lot.
He's definitely experimental.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard Sausage from the 90s?
No, I don't
It's
think
like
so.
the original lineup of Primus, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking great. Or the Les Claypool's Frog Brigade. That was a good one. Like fucking, they played like the Dark Side of the Moon, I think, on a tour one time.
Well, there you
Yeah,
have it.
I would
Well,
always like that.
Awesome. We'll have to check them out later.
Why not right now?
Oh, you got it queued up? What's going on next, I guess?
All right, what's
I
I
didn't
don't
next?
know.
mean to
You
cut
tell
you
us.
off.
What's next?
Well, I thought he was done. I didn't mean to cut you off, Oracle. Are you?
Fucking piece of shit. Yeah, I'm
All right,
done.
yeah. You got a video?
No, that's it.
Okay.
It's fucking it,
Sorry.
man.
All right, moving on. Fuck what you think. Teddy. Woman pulls a gun on a black couple while picnicking.
Whoa.
Yeah. So in another instance of living in America while black, this
They were
this
drinking
black
cans
couple
of
ended up.
biscuit and gravy.
Yeah, they were, goddamn, because I sell that shit hard, bro. So they were on a campground, and they were sitting by a lake eating lunch and picnic with their dog. This white chick comes up, old white lady comes up with a pistol, pointing at them, telling them they have to leave because they don't have a permit to be on the grounds. The couple said they didn't know they needed permits. They were told they could enjoy the amenities of that campground, even though they could just enjoy without.
There.
Right, they were camping. They just came to have lunch by the lake with their dog and shit. So this old white lady just comes up with a pistol, telling them to fucking leave, which I think is totally
bullshit.
It's bullshit. I mean, the couples they didn't get irate with the lady. They were like, all you had to do was say we couldn't be here, we had to leave. She was supposed to be the manager. I think she was the manager of the campgrounds, or worked there or something. But she's since lost her job because there's no reason for you to pull. I mean,
I would fucking hope so.
I mean, yeah, there's
Pistol
no
on him?
reason to come up and pull a pistol. I mean, you can watch the video. I got the link up in there. You
Oh,
can
there's
watch the video.
All
Yeah,
right.
this video, yeah.
Fucking pull that shit up, Oracle.
Who
Look on
took the
link.
video?
Pull it up.
The black lady who
Right?
fucking,
Because
who
black
had
people
to-
are sick of our shit. I wouldn't blame them.
she pulled the gun out. Yeah, she pulled the gun outside and started. If you click on the link
Be
that
like,
I had,
all
right
right,
there.
you're gonna confront me. Well, I'm gonna get a record of this shit.
Yeah, and it's just after the little thing that she pulled the gun on. They were like, look, all you had to do was say we had to leave. We couldn't be here. There's no reason for you to pull a gun on us. There's no reason for you to come up to us with a gun. I mean, which is right. There was no reason to
Call
come
that
up. They were just
dumb bitch out.
I mean, yeah, there was no reason to come up with a gun. I don't fucking get it. So
How dare
I
you
just-
picnic here?
so it was just fucking
Sons of-
it was just very annoying.
All right, who made this video?
Yeah, right? Get to the
This is
fucking
super
point,
produced.
man.
See the video when I first found it out. The video just showed her fucking walking up to the couple with the gun and shit. Like this is a different version of it right
the
here.
fuck,
so
dude?
is this like some news? Some news
This is-
thing must have.
Somebody must have had got hold of it. I saw the raw video. Somebody
All
must have
right.
got hold of this and changed it. But this is not the
Yeah.
video I saw.
that
go ahead
was
and-
pretty fucking
I mean-
lame,
Yeah, it's
dude.
really
Yeah.
drawing it out. Is there
I-
any?
I-
part of
No,
the
no,
actual scene?
no, not on that video.
I doubt them cats had a fucking What is
Oh my god, it's
Barbara.
like someone with a subscription to stock images. So I'm just gonna fucking put paragraphs of a news story to some pictures.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was not. I saw
And
the
I'm
raw
gonna
video.
try to
It
get
was
all
like
the likes.
5 seconds
I
long.
can't believe-
Hello?
This is not it. Yeah,
Yes,
We're here.
Mystic.
All right. Good.
we're here.
McDonald's come. What?
Uber Eats, motherfucker.
Uber Eats, bitch. All right, moving on to ashtray. Fucking counterfeit weed cartridges. So, do you get these, Mystic? These dank vapes,
I don't know what you're talking about.
right? No one does.
No, I don't.
If you don't,
Not
good.
that brand.
Well, yeah. Anyways, turns out I guess there's a lot of. I only just found this out, but also the same weekend, Memorial Day weekend, when a buddy of mine was telling me about this, that they're basically Chinese counterfeiters who are selling the boxes and empty cartridges
Oh.
in bulk.
Damn.
15 cents a
Oh,
pop.
really? In bulk? Wow.
Yes, in bulk. So then, in the black market states, because we all think it's like, well, shit, it's got this fucking box with a little cartoon on it and the glossy coating, and it's got to be legit.
Did
No,
Bubbles buy it?
no fucking address or anything. That's what Bubbles would think. He'd think it was fucking cool shit. No, turns out a lot of these in the black market states are actually. It's not to say that they're all bad, but you really don't know the quality, and they're counterfeiting the brand names of the ones in the states where it is legal, and then just selling them in wholesale, where you get the little cardboard boxes and the cartridges, and then any dealer who can at least make whatever it is that you put in the cartridge, the oil, can fill it with whatever they want. Which is like, oh, great. I mean, the cartridge I was given, it gets me fucked up. It tastes
Put some
good,
cat
so
piss in there.
working. But yeah, maybe there's some
Yeah.
cat,
Well, it could be cut with
It's a
something too,
Tomcat.
with acetone or
or just
chemicals that you
a
probably
lower
shouldn't be
concentration than
inhaling.
it says that it
Yeah.
is. You know, if anything, it's probably just like getting a lower quality product.
Oh, it definitely is. But I
real.
mean, that's kind of the game you play when
You're dealing in the black market, but you wouldn't know.
Yeah, when shit ain't legal, what are you gonna do? Fucking
All right.
Call
put
the
in a
Better
complaint with the
Business
Better Business
Bureau.
Bureau. Yeah, exactly. See, that's what white people would do. Teddy would go fuck his house up. Fuck his
Yeah,
house
right.
up.
All right, moving on to Oracle. Just leave the fucking package.
Teddy'd bring his fucking pit bull over and attack him with it.
Yeah, right. And he'd be like, "This dog is just as safe as any other dog."
I
don't think he can hear us.
Next,
What is-
motherfucker. Oh, he can hear us. He's flipping us off.
That's funny.
I can hear you. I'm just not paying attention, you dumbass.
I just see him looking down in the feed.
So yeah, just fucking leave the package, UPS. You fucking dumbass.
Oh, I hate that shit.
God
yeah.
damn it! It's a
Yeah.
We'll try
fucking
again
clothing
tomorrow.
rack that costs $15.
Right.
Just leave it. I don't need to sign for it, dude.
Because it's too big or what?
I don't know. And I'm like, fucking put it around back if you don't
That's
feel
because
comfortable.
the sender
about
put in a fucking
it.
put in an order for it had to be signed for.
It's
basically.
fucking retarded, dude. It's a clothing rack.
Right.
I've had probably computers come here that
Yeah,
I didn't have to sign for.
Yeah.
that were thousands of dollars.
Right. And I left a note on the door too. I was like, dude, just fucking leave
Please.
it. And then they leave one of their little post notes.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah, I
not gonna
hate
do
that
it.
You have
shit.
to
Yeah.
like
Now, is
put
it
it on.
FedEx?
Can't you go to their website? UPS, you can go to their website and leave instructions.
I left
Like change.
I fucking left
who
instructions,
is it?
dude.
FedEx?
See, I've never,
Fucking
I've
UPS.
only
They've always left the
acquired
shit
that.
after I do that.
Yeah, they've always left the shit. Only one time they did leave one of those notes, and that's because the package, the place where I delivered it from, it was required for me to be there to sign for it. But it
Yeah,
was a
that's
goddamn
what they're
t-shirt.
saying.
But it was still like the package was super fucking Superman t-shirt I bought. I'm
Exactly.
like, why do I have to sign for this shit? I'm like, why
Right.
can't you just leave
So
this
who
shit?
ordered that? The
I-
company you bought it from? Musta.
I didn't put
Probably,
it on
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Was it? Well, I mean, was it Amazon or where'd you
Yeah,
get it?
Amazon.
Oh, that's kind of odd. Yeah, because you've
Fucking
gotten
leave
plenty
it.
of other Amazon packages they just
Right.
leave, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be the sender. There's a reason that they're. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that would be Amazon, and I would complain to Amazon, be like, "Fucking fix this shit."
Yeah.
Well, it's not necessarily sent from Amazon. He can
Yeah, it's
order it
sent-
from Amazon. It could be sent
Right.
from fucking bamboo fucking freight in.
Well, I know,
Mhm.
but you
Wherever,
ordered
you
it
know
on
what I mean?
Amazon. Am I
Mhm.
It doesn't
correct?
matter. They're just a facilitator.
Yeah.
Amazon will fix that shit, is what I'm saying.
Oh, probably.
Yes, that's my point. Like, I know it might not be Amazon where it's shipping from, but they will fix that shit when it's like, hey, they want me to sign for this. It's a goddamn coat rack.
Right. And I love how they're like, "Oh, we'll try again tomorrow at the same
Exactly,
exact
at the
fucking
same
time that you're
time,
not home
dude.
today."
Right. You fucking mindless fucking piece of shit. Just leave it. It'll be fucking
Just leave
fine.
a gigantic
I'm surprised
note
that-
says, "It's a fucking coat rack.
Yeah.
Leave it."
I'm surprised Amazon doesn't have some sort of like, instructions for idiot
Button.
delivery guy
Yeah.
section, and even they would still ignore it. We have suppliers at the sign shop that it's like we have printed on the invoices delivered. And I mean, yes, my boss is neurotic and like sometimes freaks out too much, but they'll come to the front door with this big heavy shit, and we tell you guys to take it to the back. And I was like, oh yeah, Phil, calm your tits. But yeah, they still fuck it up continuously.
Yeah, fucking
Continuous.
Corey and Trevor is fucking
Yes,
delivering.
it is like Corey and
exactly,
Trevor.
yeah.
They're like, oh, sorry, dude. I guess I didn't get the fucking memo. They got this big thing, roll of material on their
Right.
shoulder, and it's like they give you then the invoice, and it says right there, please deliver to the back with asterisks on both sides. The poor woman that my boss berated tried her best.
Oh, it wasn't her fucking fault.
No, it wasn't. But anyways, moving on. Mystic, White House, caught hiding the USS John McCain from
So
Trump's.
in an intercepted email, the White House requested that the USS John McCain, which is a warship, be hidden from view or out of sight of Donald Trump on his visit to Japan. And when I guess that couldn't happen, they put a fucking tarp over the side of the ship.
Yeah.
To cover the name, and then all the crew members got the day off because they normally wear hats that say the name of the fucking ship that they're on.
Wow.
Didn't want them standing in
So
formation.
then, like, somebody found out that they put a tarp, and they have pictures, so they took the tarp down, but then moved a barge in front of it so you couldn't see the name of the ship from where it was.
Holy shit.
Or from where Trump was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So initially, they just like, well, we'll cover it with a tarp.
Yeah,
and then
and then when
like,
people
well,
made a
that
big deal
doesn't look
about it, and they're fucking like, oh, well, we'll just, well, this ship's got to park somewhere. We'll park it right
gotta
here.
park right here. It's important.
Dude, he's so petty and just,
Yes.
oh my God.
And they still love him. What the
I
fuck is
can't
wrong?
wait until
That's
he gets
that's a bitch ass move right there, bro.
Mhm.
I don't even want
Right.
to see I don't even want to see his fucking name. That's a bitch ass move.
Mhm.
John McCain, I may not have agreed with his decisions as a lawmaker, but that motherfucker compared to Trump is a fucking war hero. He is
He
a war
was a
hero.
war
He fucking
hero.
spent 7 years in a fucking
Yeah.
concentration camp, basically, or, a fucking...
Yeah,
Well,
POW
yeah.
camp.
Yeah. And then
Tortured by
served
the
this fucking
Vietcong.
country as a senator for 30-some fucking years. You know what I mean? Like, give me a fucking break, dude. What has Trump ever fucking done? Besides
Nothing.
fuck shit up.
No, yeah, he hasn't done
cocksucker
any politicking.
Shit. Did you see the video that Daily Show put out a video of, like, when he arrived in Japan? Like, on that, wherever they were, there was, like, so much wind that it made his hair look like a mullet.
Oh, I missed
It
it.
was like just flowing in the back like a mullet. It was fucking hilarious. They had it in like slow motion on the Daily Show, just playing in a loop, like behind fucking Trevor Noah. Oh, it was so great. Mullet time. Anyway, that's it.
All right, that's it. Well, then, ladies and gentlemen, in all seriousness, go fuck yourself, Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's our
Also,
show. We're going to be here every Wednesday night, maybe Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Central. Make
be
sure
here
you
sometime.
join the conversation at RedEyeReport.com or Facebook.com/The Red Eye Report. You can twiddle us at twitter.com/something we don't give a fuck because we never use it. Share us, write us down, like us, fuck us, send us to your moms. We're down for whatever. I'm Ashtray.
I'm
I'm Teddy.
I'm just-
Ah!
Daddy, you son of a bitch.
Teddy was pretending like he was fucking sleeping.
Yeah, that's right, son.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah. Patty, I was gonna sleep for you over
He
there.
fucking jumped up like a fucking crocodile, man.
Right? Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Bam!
it was like a
Gotcha,
head-
motherfucker.
a headbutt of name.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fucking good shit.
All right.
That
Thanks,
fast
ladies
fucking
and
comes in
gentlemen.
handy sometime, don't it?